Chapter 170 is a scene that made me feel so shocked that I couldn't eat and sleep for a day. Oh my god, I can't say that, but you guys should see it. One thing, if you have an allergy to the psychopath genre and others, I recommend not continuing. Chapter 170 with the title, How to Eat Sushi. A title that almost makes you lose your mind because Denji eats sushi not according to Japanese eating etiquette. And especially, the one who organized what Denji should eat first was Barem. But there is something that Barem has planned to the point of showing things that are beyond human reason, namely sushi from Nayuta's head. What do you think the genre is suitable for this chapter 170? But this is still a mystery. Is it really Nayuta? What do you think, guys? In the previous episode, Barem tried to lie to Denji about the public security in front of the sushi restaurant that would surround and arrest him in front of the building. Barem said that once they came out after eating sushi, they will all be dismembered. But in fact, there was no one in front of the building. At that moment, Barem tried to urge Denji. If Denji saved them, Barem would let him meet Nayuta. But before that, Barem asked Denji to eat egg sushi first. And after that, Denji was very surprised to hear Barem's words. Barem said casually that it was important to do things in the right order. Sushi tastes twice as good if you eat it starting from the light toppings. Denji looked annoyed and didn't believe what Barem was saying. Barem then took advantage of Denji's compliance and threatened him. If Denji didn't comply, Denji would lose his chance to meet Nayuta. Hearing that, Denji immediately squeezed the sushi and pushed it into his mouth. Denji continued to stare at Barem while chewing. Barem seemed to be having fun controlling Denji and called him a good boy. Next, Barem topped it with squid. However, Denji seemed unhappy as he continued to stuff the sushi into his mouth without using chopsticks, let alone adding soyu or wasabi. Barem then admonished Denji not to enjoy the sushi like that and to leave it on his tongue for the time being. Denji, who was getting more and more annoyed, hit everything in front of him, causing plates of leftover sushi and drinking water to be thrown everywhere. Barem reprimanded him. "Don't get angry, Chainsawman." Asa then asked what happened, but Fami's reaction was only silence since Barem's appearance. And what do you think? Does Fami know something? Or is she also working with Barem? As we know, Fami and Barem work together as the leaders of the Chainsawman Church and utilize the trust of the church members to give power to the Justice Devil, when in fact, contracting the Fire Devil, so that the Chainsawman zombie was created and caused chaos. Asa continued to look at Fami, who also stopped eating sushi. Denji again clarified whether Barem would take him to meet with Nayuta if he killed the public security members hiding outside. But Barem only said it sounded good. The most important thing now was to cool Denji's head first, because it wasn't like the public security wanted to kill Denji either. All public security really wants them, in this case using a little Chainsawman power. Denji confirmed that all he had to do was turn into Chainsawman. Then, before Denji could continue, Barem protested that his explanation had been cut off. Barem continued, as he said earlier, there is a proper order for things. Denji's transformation into Chainsawman was still incomplete. They didn't want just any Chainsawman. They wanted a Chainsawman with the power to erase the names of demons from existence itself. Denji was then surprised to hear that, then shouted that Chainsawman didn't have that power. Chainsaws were tools for cutting down trees. Barem confirmed the oddity. Hypothetically, it could be that Chainsawman originally had many uses, but after Chainsawman erased many things, only cutting down trees remained. Barem then gave Denji the next sushi, which was lean tuna. Denji was annoyed but still complied by eating it. Barem explains that to get back on track and fully become Chainsawman, Denji needs two things: everyone's fear and Denji's unhappiness. Chainsawman's superhero status recently made him a pain in the ass, but now he's the object of daily fear on par with aging and disease. Next, it's time to eat some fancy fatty tuna. We see Denji, who looks surprised to hear what Barem has to say. Barem then yells for the chef to give us the next dish. The sweaty-looking chef then yelled, "Come immediately," and we were shown how the initially peaceful sushi restaurant was shocked by the excitement of something. One by one, people were shocked by what they saw, including Haruka and Nobana. People shouted, "What the hell is this?" and even made Katanaman become nauseous and want to vomit seeing it. So was Asa, who was so shocked that she stood up to see for herself that there was a head on the sushi plate. Denji was shocked by what was in front of his eyes. It was a fragment of the head of the person he considered to be the family he was looking for the most right now, namely Nayuta. I'm so creeped out. It's like what Makima did to Denji by killing Power in front of him after the two of them made out. Exactly what's happening now, after Denji climaxes at the hands of Asa, then seeing Nayuta's severed head. The concept is even the same. After Denji gets a family, then the family he loves the most must be killed in front of his own eyes. It can be concluded that Makima and Barem's goal is the same, which is to awaken the real Chainsawman. The Black Chainsawman mode controlled by Pachida. That was also Fami's goal when explaining there were two Chainsawman to Yoru and Asa in Chapter 135, so it's only natural that Fami is silent at this time. Fami didn't show any expression of surprise when she saw her sister's head as the Four Horsemen. Aside from the horror, the final panel is a heart-wrenching scene, considering Nayuta is a minor and a girl. Yes, that's even if this is really Nayuta. We need to pay attention to some of Tatsuki Fujimoto-sensei's drawings that Nayuta has a mole on her left eye, whereas in the headpiece there is no mole at all. Although the ringed pupils of the Four Horsemen's signature eyes do make it obvious that she is Nayuta. This was Barem's bait designed to make Denji think Nayuta was dead, thus breaking his contract with Pachida again. As we know, Barem, who has burned Denji's apartment alive along with all his pets, has not been able to make the appearance of the Black Chainsaw Man. Will the Black Chainsaw Man really appear this time? However, there is also a lot of speculation that the head fragment is Rize. As we know since Season 2 of Chainsaw Man, Rize is one of the hybrid weapons. Bomb Devil has never appeared again. I don't know where she is, and interestingly the hairstyle of the head fragment also matches that of Rize. Given that a hybrid cannot die even if the body has been mutilated as happened to Denji, the assumption that the head belongs to Rize, who wears ringed contact lenses, is also a theory of fans who do not accept Nayuta's death. Unfortunately, since it's a black and white panel, it's difficult to distinguish the hair color of Nayuta and Rize, but with that makes me very curious about the original truth. What do you think, guys? And that's the end of Chapter 170 of Chainsaw Man, which left a taste that made me want to vomit when I read it. But I'm curious about the real truth. Like and subscribe, then I'll give you sushi. I'm Nime. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.